Self-awareness is so important. Self-awareness is so important. Kimara, how are you doing this morning? Miss Sybil, what's going on? Miss Lady, Mother Katie, how's it going? Good morning to each and every one of you. Oh, man. Thank you, guys. Look at it. Man, it's day 15 already. Day 15. How many of y'all remember we were walking into what we were calling the first of the year? First of the year. And some of you guys have been with me, man. We're now doing some years together. We're chipping away our consciousness, our level of development, our level of understanding, our level of acceptance is coming to a greater place. And that's really the goal of these morning sessions. And so thank you so much for joining me this morning. I want to continue this talk. I've been talking a lot about nobody's coming to save you because I found that people are losing days, weeks, months, and years, just keeping their fingers crossed and hoping it works out. Oh, Miller, you don't understand. I'm hoping it works out. But here's the deal. It'll work out if you work it. It'll work out if you get up and start doing what you could do. How many of y'all know there's always something you could do? Okay? You do what you can do. What you can do, you believe God to divinely connect you with somebody or supernaturally engage himself in your life to make something happen. All right? But you got to get in that spirit of being a diligent person. Being a diligent person. So this morning, I want to dive into this whole concept of the power of self-reflection. Okay? The power of self-reflection. Taking personal inventory for your success and your happiness. Who's responsible? Ms. Jocelyn, who's responsible for taking personal inventory? Personal inventory. You need to know what's going on. You need to know what's going on. Okay? You want to take that serious because if you don't, here's what's going to happen. You're going to find yourself regretting. I'm telling you guys. If you haven't heard me say it before, please note that it's worth saying again. Okay? If you haven't heard me say it before, it's worth saying again. Regret is the worst place to live. Regret. Coach Deborah, regret. Regret is bad, man. So this morning, I want to encourage you guys the power of self-reflection. Looking at oneself, taking the beam out of your own eye, taking personal inventory of where you are in regards to success, in regards to happiness. Everybody wants to be successful. And success varies to everybody. You know, what my view of success is may not be your view of success, but at the end of the day, Coach Linda, everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to be happy. Okay, now, Linda, I know you and Vito works with married couples. And here's the deal. If a couple don't take occasional inventory of themselves, personal reflection, what can happen, and I know you know this to be true, Miss Linda, what can happen is they can find themselves literally in a bad place only to lose what they sign up for a lifetime. In other words, you made the commitment to do life with this person forever, but you didn't do the work to assess where you were along the way. And then there are people, it's getting worse. It's not getting better. But what they're not doing is they're not doing an evaluation. Where are we? Where am I? So this morning is really about where am I? And so I want you to win. I want you to win. So to win, Megs, to win, one must be willing to understand the power of self-reflection. Okay, the power of self-reflection. Now, here's what we got to all be careful of. The negative impact of self-denial. Okay, it's this the negative impact of self-denial. What you have to do is you have to understand the power of self-reflection, literally not being afraid to go where you haven't gone before in regards to you. Okay, You not being afraid to go where you have gone before in regards to you. See, it's not about pointing the fingers. The question is, how are you doing with you? How are you doing with the things that you are responsible for? Personal, watch it, taking personal taking personal inventory of your life is essential for growth and fulfillment. Everybody wants growth, everybody wants fulfillment. Very few people are wanting to take personal inventory. We will explore these keys to self-assessment, which is critical to effective living. Write this down. Self-assessment is critical to effective living. Somebody say, man, I want to live my best life. Make sure you are occasionally doing what I call self-assessment. Self-assessment. Coach Deborah, there are people who didn't realize they were in that bad of a state, that they didn't realize that they did not do the work to ensure that whatever was coming did not break them. They did not do the work to not self-sabotage their future. Too many people are living in the moment only. Too many people are living based on their feelings. Okay, first thing I need you to know, write this down, and this word keeps coming back. And this first quarter of the year, self-awareness. Ladies and gentlemen, effective living at its best is all about self-awareness. Self-awareness. If you don't understand this right here, okay, so Minister Carol, this morning we're talking about the power of self-reflection, taking personal inventory for your success and your happiness. Why? Because nobody's coming to save us, and we are responsible for setting the stage up to not only be present and do well in the now, but to also set the stage up to project. Okay, to project. When the Bible says, here's what I wonder how many of y'all, Jamal, how many people take heed to scriptures like, where there is no vision, the people perish? We hear that and it sounds so cliche, but very few people project into their own lives. Can you see 10 years ahead in your life? Can you see 10 years ahead? And are you doing the responsible work to make sure financially you're ahead 10 years? Dealing with your body, you're ahead 10 years. Dealing with your social connection, people always using me, Coach Miller. Then the question is, are you doing an assessment? Are you doing assessment? So self-awareness, knowing what is good for you, knowing what's not good for you. Oh, that will, listen. Okay, this awareness empowers you to make informed decision aligned with your greater purpose. Okay, greater purpose. When you are aware of who you are more comfortable in saying no to what does not serve you and your greater purpose. You don't even have to feel bad to say no because it doesn't serve you. That's why where it says where there is no vision, the people perish, because vision allows you to say no to good things. Vision will allow you to decline what's popular. Okay? Vision will allow you to decline what's popular. So self-awareness. I am discovering me. Now, here's what I've learned. I'm 48. And what I've learned is you could live a while and never have done the work to really know who you are. Now, a lot of people read books only to reinforce what they perceive as to who they are. So in other words, you're holding on to a position, well, you know, I'm shy. And then what we start doing is we start reading books to reinforce the idea. Well, you know, I don't like people. So you start reading books to reinforce that idea. Well, you know, I'm not really a go-getter. And you start reading into thoughts to hold that to be your truth. Or what you can do is what I teach, and that is you start, watch this, reprogramming yourself. You start developing yourself to get past what you place as a limit. what your parents may have placed as a limit, what culture has placed as a limit, what teachers have placed as a limit. Self-awareness, where you start to say this. Can I get 10 of you to say this? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Can I get 10 of you to say that this morning? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So what I want you to do, Jamal, get this in your spirit, man. Start, when I say self-awareness, start paying attention to what you have been saying is not you. Start paying attention to what you've been saying is not you. And here's why I want you to pay attention to that. Because a lot of that is based on what we have conditioned ourselves to accept, what we have conditioned ourselves to incorporate as to who we are. We can change. We're not rocks, okay? Okay, when we can change, but you have to get to that point where you start to realize I may have to push past what I've become accustomed to. Okay, I may have to push past what I've become accustomed to, and because I know there is more in me, I have to get to that point where I'm okay with saying I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So yes, I am not accustomed to talking in front of the room. Yes, I am not accustomed for asking for help. Yes, I have not been the one to embrace reading in times past. Yes, I am not the person to say no. Okay, somebody say, well, I don't know how to say no. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, Ricardo Miller is saying it. You're going to have to learn how to say no. Number one, write this down, self-awareness. You're going to keep seeing this word come back, come back, come back, because a lot of our lives are messed up because we haven't accepted this position of self-awareness. Number two, this is another word that's going to be a popular word for us this year. Accountability. I feel that right there. Accountability, taking ownership of your actions and choices, foster personal responsibility. Okay, no one's coming to save me. So what I'm going to do is, guess what? I'm going to take accountability. Accountability matters. Accountability leads to responsibility. When you acknowledge your role in shaping your life, you can proactively steer it in the direction of your heart's desire. Okay, in your heart's desire. So get with it, get with it, get with it. First one, guys, is self-awareness. Second one, guys, is accountability. Accountability leads to responsibility. All right. And last but not least, empowerment. Empowerment. When we're talking about the power of self-reflection, we're talking about taking personal inventory for your success and your happiness. Please note that you have been given the word empowerment. That's my third point, and I'm done. Empowerment, recognizing that you are the architect of your destiny, empowers you to take control of your life. You're the architect. God has given you the power to create, to have dominion, to subdue, to replenish. And a lot of people got side stories to tell because they keep telling themselves side stories, and it reinforces the lie that they've been living by. But when the Bible says whom the Son set free is free indeed, let me tell you something. When you get promoted, you feel good. When you find your potential being maximized, you feel incredible. When your light is shining and you know that you are more than you were, man, you start to live at a higher level. I'm here today to tell you, on this journey, you got to understand that you are the architect of your life. God has given you the ability that lies within you. Now you have to take responsibility to maximize your ability. Okay? Write this down and I'm done. I have to take accountability watch this. I have to take accountability to be responsible with my ability. Okay? I have to take accountability to be responsible with my ability. Somebody say, well, you know what? I'm smarter than my boss. Somebody say, you know what? I'm the smartest one in my family. You know, everybody I work for, they're not as smart as me. Well, why haven't you learned how to be one to be the boss? Why haven't you learned how to excel in what you are so gifted in? Okay, you are responsible. You have to take responsibility for your ability. Okay, I have to learn how to take responsibility for my abilities. And so you got this, ladies and gentlemen. You've got this. You've got this. And while you're on this journey, please know God is with you. Okay, is it going to be easy? No. If it was easy, everybody would have what they desire. But what separates the winners from the losers is the winners are the people who are prepared to do the work to get to where they're trying to go. I'm Coach Ricardo Miller. I'll be back tomorrow, closing this out, challenging you. You are responsible for taking self-reflection to another level. How am I doing? How is this working for me? No one's coming to save me. So what I need to do is I need to take personal inventory for my success and my happiness. Am I setting the stage for a bright future, or am I acting ignorant of the fact that I am not as good as I should be, and I am not coming clean with myself, and this is going to come back and bite me? And people like Ricardo Miller irritates me because he's telling the truth, and people don't like the truth. Okay, I didn't come to fluff it up. I came to help. Hello, hello. I came to help, and I hope I'm helping somebody. Thank you for joining me. See y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.